Let's talk about my thoughts for Creature Commandos Episode 7. This is the last episode, apparently, which I did not know until I actually watched the episode. But yes, this is the last episode. This takes place whenever the Creature Commandos are going back to the castle. This episode finally gives us the backstory for Nina, which is extremely sad. Her dad having to mutate her just to keep her alive without having to have machines as heavy as her own body weight on her. And it ends up creating a fish person that is, she has to be underwater because she's a fish. And he ends up getting killed because she runs away thinking she's just a bother to everyone. And then he ends up getting killed whenever he finds her again and runs to her. And one cop shoots him, and the other female cop is looking at him like, bro, why did you do that? He wasn't doing anything. And it's the funniest thing ever, but also an extremely sad scene and backstory in general. This episode makes you think that Nina is going to end up being the hero, going underwater, swimming up, and then killing the princess, whatever her name is, but it actually ends up being that the princess just stabs her in cold blood, just decimates her, kills her, and then, they all go to the castle because Amanda Waller thinks that it was all faked by Cersei, but then it ends up being that the princess was actually teamed up with Clayface all along, and that made Rick Flag, think that Cersei was lying, but then she wasn't. So the bride goes in there and says, I'm not killing you to save the world or anything else. I'm just killing you because you killed my only friend. And shoots her in the head. There's a really good standoff scene where they draw, and, the bride, being a trained killer who has lived for hundreds of years, is obviously quicker at the draw. So, yeah, the princess is now dead, and they flee because, probably not very smart to stay in a place where you just killed their monarch. This episode is actually pretty good. I think that all of the Nina stuff is really sad with the backstory, and how she dies is really sad. And I think that the way it ends with a new Creature Commandos being made and the introduction of the DCU's version of King Shark is pretty cool. Sucks that Nina died though. But yeah, the stuff with Clayface is pretty well done. I think the twist at the end where the princess is actually evil is pretty good. But yeah, this is a really good episode. I'm probably going to do a full-on episode ranking and a full-on season 1 retrospective later. But yeah, subscribe, all of that type of stuff. Comment, tell me if you think that this episode was good. Yeah, I don't know. Stay tuned for the retrospective and all of that. But yeah, as always, see ya!